morning, everyone. Welcome back to another mantra meditation. This morning we're going to chant again. And for those of you that are new, that haven't done any practice with me before, my name is Kalindi. And I've been offering morning meditations every Saturday for the past few weeks. We started with breath meditation, we went into mantra meditation, and now we're fusing the two and are using chanting as a way to do breath meditation fused with mantra meditation. And chanting to me is one of the most heart-opening practices. And so my invitation to you is to see if you find a chant that really resonates with you and just play with that. This morning what we're going to chant is Om Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. So Ram is said to be the energy of our power moving through the heart. So it's not just power that can get out of control, or wants to have control over. It's the power that moves through the heart, that begins to open the heart, that begins to purify the heart. So if you look at the yogic traditions, the energy centers, they're often depicted as a flower. It supports the opening of the flower of the heart, so that the fragrance of our heart, our essence, can shine through more fully. So that's what we're going to do this morning. And I see a few of you joining. Thank you so much. It's always so lovely to see your pictures pop up and see your comments. I'm on my phone. It just gives the best quality as opposed to my laptop, which has a little sounding in the background because of the fan kicking in. So I can't always see all the comments and everyone who's joining, but please know that I'm so happy that you're wanting to engage in this practice with me. For me, this is really about the co-creation of it. Even though I can't hear you, it's just lovely to know that you're there with me and that you decide or choose to play along in the way, or play with me, join me in this exploration as you feel inspired. So for those of you that are not familiar with chanting, chanting is using your voice and allowing a mantra to have a melody, to come into a rhythm as you recite it. So don't confuse it with singing. When we sing, often what we connected with is having to hit the tones right. And in chanting, while you still want to be open to allowing yourself to find the sound vibrations and meet their pronunciation as best you can, and I'm certainly not perfect in that, can you infuse it with an openness, a curiosity, a playfulness to bring a sense of joy into your exploration. So don't make it about the perfection of how you sound or if you get the pronunciation right. Can you allow it to be a playful exploration? So that is the invitation for this morning. The other thing is that my guru's guru, who I feel deeply connected to, we called him Babaji. He's known as Swami Kripalu or Swami Kripalvananji. He called chanting mind soap. The mind can be washed clean or into a quiet state because the sound vibration can become so absorbing, so captivating when we put ourselves into it. That is one of the reasons why we repeat the mantra over and over again in a similar way, so that the mind no longer has to think about what's next, but you can become entranced in just sound vibration because you know the tune, you know the words, and then you just chant along and have fun with it. And by you might find yourself getting more and more absorbed, and that is a wonderful thing. So for mantra meditation, it is helpful if you warm up your body a little bit and your vocal cords first, much like when you sing, because the vocal cords are quite sensitive, and if you allow them to be warmed up, you're also training a muscle. It's like warming up your body before you exercise. Now, don't get discouraged by that. It's just simple warm-ups. It could be humming, it could be chanting the sound of Om several times to then go into the chant. So what we're going to start with is just some shoulder and neck openers, just for a few breaths. We're gonna activate the breath because the breath and chanting are so intimately connected. As you can probably tell, when you chant, you need to access your lung capacity. So we're just gonna warm up the breath, and then we're gonna chant the sound of Om, hum the melody, and then go into the chant. Usually this chant is done in a call and response. So meaning I would call out to you saying the first line, and you would respond like an echo giving me the same line. However, because we don't have this interactive platform here, I would encourage you to just chant along once you get on once you have the melody and you just feel called to sound out loud. But please know that even if you just feel to listen, that's perfectly fine. You will not get the same experience as when you actually sound with us, but it's still beneficial. So please engage with this as you feel comfortable and as you feel curious and explorative this morning. The last thing I'm gonna say before we begin is, and feel free to begin to make yourself comfortable as I speak, is that some of you asked me about where do I get those chants. And honestly, I learned them in my time at the yoga school, the ashram that I lived at for 7 years. So a lot of these tunes and these chants I picked up along the years, and I don't really know who chanted them originally. So if I know who did, I will share that with you, because I like giving credit to those that created these beautiful melodies. The mantra itself is said to come from a depth of practice that emerged over time and revealed itself. So they've been practiced for thousands of years by those engaging in these spiritual practices, in this case in the context of yoga. So that's where the mantras come from. The melody, I'm not exactly sure, it's just what I heard, and I probably changed the tune because that's just what happens for me. So just know that when I do know where the chant comes from with the melody, I will let you know. Most of the time I don't. All right? Wonderful. So get settled in any position that feels comfortable to you, that allows you to engage with this practice in a way that feels good to you. So you could be seated against the wall, you could be seated in a chair as I am, you could lie down, you could stand up, whatever allows you to be engaged. Oh my gosh, thank you everyone. I see your likes and hearts and little comments. Thank you so much. Oh, and I see Jennifer, yes, I rearranged my Kuan Yin. I want to highlight her, so thanks for noticing. She's my joy, as you know. So once you're settled in, I invite you to close your eyes or have a soft gaze. Please know you never have to close your eyes. A soft gaze is always welcome. What we're trying to do is just minimize the external inputs. You can draw your attention more easily within, because this is a practice that is really allowing or opening a connection deeper with yourself. So that is the encouragement with those practices. Making a deeper connection with your energy, with your body, with your spirit, with, whatever resonates with you. Sometimes it's just really have fun with it. So if none of these things resonate with you, that's totally fine. You're still in a perfect place. And now I would like for you to just begin with some shoulder and neck openers. You can follow me, or you can just go with what feels good to you. And if you want to make any organic stretches to begin, feel free to do that. So you could maybe just extend your arms, much like waking up from a restful sleep, just allowing the body to move before you feel ready to open the neck and shoulders. If you're following along, I invite you to bring your hands on your knees if that's appropriate, or find a position that works for you. Just draw the shoulders up towards the ears, and on the exhalation just let them drop down. And repeat that a few times. Inhaling, drawing the shoulders up, exhale, letting them drop down. And you can do this two ways. You can draw them up towards the front, or you can draw them up towards the back. So play around with that. Once you feel complete with that, maybe just shake out the arms. So as we're relaxing the shoulders, the neck, the chest muscles, there's more space for the air to actually move through and the breath to be full. The next thing I'm going to invite you into, if you're following along, is opening the neck. So what you may want to do is draw the right ear towards the right shoulder, perhaps extending the left arm out to the side, and just allowing an opening with breathing that feels nourishing to you, just allowing the breath to do the job for you. If you feel called to make some movements or make some modifications with the arm, feel free to go with that. We're just easing into an opening. If one side feels complete, on an inhalation, bring the head back to neutral. And on the exhalation, the left ear towards the left shoulder, just allowing for an opening in the right side of the neck, perhaps extending the arm out to the side to deepen the opening without forcing or pulling. It's just allowing the body to open in accordance with the breath. I see more and more people joining. Thank you so much. It's so lovely to have you here. We're just opening up our neck and shoulders at the moment, so you can bring the head back to neutral when you feel ready, making any other adjustments you feel you need to be comfortable and at ease. And then we're going to begin by focusing on the breath. So if you like, just make yourself comfortable if you just joined. Make any organic stretches that allow you to be at ease. You may close the eyes or have them open with a soft gaze. And then draw your attention to the breath, just noticing the natural rising and falling of the chest in accordance with the breath. And then see if there's any other body part that you can allow to ease, soften, relax. Perhaps any holdings in the abdomen, any holdings in the chest or shoulders. As though you feel that the breath on the exhalation allows these tensions and holdings to simply melt away. And when you feel ready, and if you wish to join, we're going to chant a continuous sound of Om to begin to warm up the vocal cords and to harmonize our energies. So it's a win-win here. As you feel ready, take in full nourishing inhalation, and on the exhalation you may sound along. And now we're simply going to hum the melody, and then I'm gonna start chanting. It's Om Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Ram, 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 Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Ram 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 Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Feel free to clap, feel free to shake, feel free to move. We're gonna speed it up a bit. Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Let's go a little faster. Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Ram 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 Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Now, if you feel like it, you can continue to chant it out loud or silently in your mind as we begin to move towards stillness. And as you begin to allow the chant to move more towards silence and inner sound, begin to allow yourself to notice the impact of the chanting in your body. Simply observe what there is there to be felt in form of sensations, without the need to change it, comment on it, or label it. Simply notice the experience. And I will be silent for about a minute or two. And I invite you to allow yourself to merge into silence as well. But if you find the mind wandering, you can come back to the chant for a few rounds to then allow yourself to return to stillness and allow meditation to happen. And I will guide you out, so give yourself permission, to the degree that you feel comfortable, to fully let go, unconcerned about time, as I'm watching time for you. Very gently and slowly beginning to become aware of the natural rising and falling of your breath. No need to change anything unless it happens naturally and organically. Perhaps noticing your body in space and the air gently touching the skin boundary. If you feel the impulse to move and stretch, go with that. If you feel the impulse to remain in stillness, go with that. Know that you can't do it wrong. And wherever you find yourself, just allow your body to come in a position that feels most nourishing to you in this moment. You may stay exactly as you are, or perhaps you feel the body moving in response to this permission. And if you like, you may bring your hands or just one hand to your heart in any way that feels good to you. And out of gratitude for you showing up for yourself, being curious and willing to explore, I will chant something that we used to chant at the ashram to give thanks to the guru, so the teacher that helps us see our own light, helps us stand in our own power, helps us remember who we are and who we came here to be. And sometimes it takes an external guru to allow us to see our inner guru. So I invite us to chant to the inner guru, the inner teacher, with great gratitude. If you know the chant, please chant along or just allow it to wash over you. Bolo Shri Sadguru Deva Kinjay, Bolo Shri Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan Kinjay. Om Namaha Parvati Parte Hara Hara Mahadev. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May everyone know peace. Thank you so much, everyone. This really is a delight to me to get to share these practices with you and to see so many of you join. Please feel free to share this video if you think there's other people or other friends that you have that would enjoy this. And join again next week if you like, 8:30 to 9 Eastern Standard Time on Saturday for another practice to chant with us together to create this energetic Sangha. Whenever you feel called to open your eyes, you may do so. I invite you to honor your transition, so be gentle as the eyes adjust to the lights, the colors, the shapes. Or if you feel to just rest here and you have the time, please feel free to do that, keeping the eyes closed for as long as you wish. Thank you so much. Jai Bhagwan. Namaste.